People love playing with me, but hate it when I play back. What goes around comes around.
Listen, I don't have a minute to spare because it's so much. I just want to get right into it. Hey, everybody. How are you today?
Hello,
Mr. Springs?
Hello, everybody. It's been a long time. It's been a very long time, people. And I am so blessed and so glad to be back. You know, it's been a lot going on, and we're going to get into it, people. Because as you all know, everybody loves me. Everybody loves Carlos.
All right.
Everybody loves me. We love you, Sharrell. We love you. And I would like to have a special shout out to all my little raindrips. You know, you love me and I love you. I love all the ladies.
All right. Okay? Thank you, Carlos Springs.
Because there's so much I want to say.
Okay, so today we're going to talk about how Andy Cohen is stepping down from Watch What Happens Live, and he's going to be stepping down, period, probably about 4 months. I give him 90 days. He's going to step down. We're going to talk about the...
Wonderful.
We're going to talk about the downfall of Bravo. We're going to talk about the downfall of Love and Marriage Huntsvill. Okay? I've been telling y'all Love and Marriage Huntsvill is done. Nobody wanted to listen to me. We love Mel. We love Mel. Do y'all see what's going on, you idiots? Anybody that's a Love and Marriage Huntsvill fan, you're an idiot. Okay? And we knew what Melody was doing from the beginning, which is smart. She's got to pivot. Everyone's got to pivot. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the downfall of Carlos King, that damn blogger. You're a blogger, okay? You're a blogger. I didn't take that too nicely when you tried to distance yourself and try to say you wasn't no damn blogger, but you going every day just like we used to, right, Perry?
Nice, Sharrell. You know, I wouldn't really want to be a blogger either, you know, because it's so beneath me.
Well, Mr. Carlos,
citywide to worldwide now, Sharrell.
How are you paying your bills, Carlos, if you're not a blogger?
Well, you know, we're gonna get into these things, Sharrell.
Yes, we will get into
because it's more than for your eyes to see. Things right now look tragic. I know I have felon shows that only last a week, maybe 48 hours. But, you know,
all right.
This is how I feel inside right now, Sharrell. I am full of joy. And if you can hear my heartbeat, it would sound like this. You know, Sharrell, because it's a bigger picture here.
Oh, my God.
As you open up your show, you are very, very honest person. And, you know, I admire that about you. I really do. Because
yes,
we
Carlos.
all don't have that instinct.
Right. That's what we're going to get into. That we're going to break it down what's going on, and we're going to break it down like only Sharrell's world can. Okay, people? Honesty is the best policy. And so if I'm being honest, my lash just fell off. All right. So let's get to it, people. Let's get to it. Now, I have to say this before I start. You can say a lot of stuff about me. She's this, she's mean, she's cruel. It doesn't matter. But one thing you have to add to that list of my credits is she's a very good businesswoman, okay? Been one from the very beginning. That's why I think me and Perry's marriage has lasted so long, because we both think business. We're both business-minded people. This is not my only job. You guys know I'm in the real estate. And a part of being a good business person is knowing when to pivot. You have to know when to pivot because nothing lasts forever. I could have said, oh, when I was blogging Bravo, I'm the top blogger out here and this is going to last forever. And because when I started, I was the only one, remember? And, but I knew you have to, just like selling a house. When we flip houses, we buy a house, we wait until we think we can make enough money off of it, and then we sell it. That's what a good athlete, you might be the best this day, but the managers have to know when to trade your ass, and you can't wait until you're down, okay? You can't wait until you're down to pivot. It's too late. I can't. Is that the Titanic shot? In the back, you have the Titanic. So you got to know when to pivot. Reality TV as a whole has been going down for a while now. And I said to myself, reality TV is not going to last forever. I've got to pivot. And when I started to pivot, you guys didn't understand it. Oh, why are you talking about this and that? No, you've got to pivot. Right now, when reality TV completely goes under, Sharrell's World is cool. Because I stopped talking about that shit a long time ago. Right now, it's strictly for entertainment and to say, I told you so. All right. So Bravo is going down because reality TV is going down. People don't really watch reality TV anymore the way that we used to. We just don't. We got tired of the scripted plots, the same thing over and over. How many times can you watch paint dry? It was fun the first couple of years, and then other networks start copying, Carlos King and others, and reality TV as a whole. So I'm not even just singling out Bravo. Reality TV as a whole is going down. On Bravo specifically, the black shows are tanking. Worse than the white shows. The white shows are tanking, but they still have a little audience. I'm talking about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and what is another one? Vanderpump Rules is over there hanging on, but in a year or two, they're going to be gone too, okay? It's just the new era, okay? YouTube is getting more and more popular, and I know a lot of people who don't even watch cable anymore, television anymore. They go to YouTube. All of the athletes have caught on. Okay, everybody now has a YouTube channel. But I figured that out a long time ago. I said, how am I going to survive in this new world? Okay, all these celebrities are getting new channels. I just talk about the celebrities that have the channels. Because they're not going to tell you the way that it is. They're going to tell you their version, and then I'm going to come back and call and break up their lies, okay? So Bravo's been going down for a minute. He got word to revamp Roa, or he was out of there. See, people are all upset. Why did you fire Nene? Why? It was a money thing. How many times do we have to tell you this? Andy Cohen does not care about the housewives. You shouldn't. That's like on every job. My boss, if I had a boss, maybe Perry's my boss, but no one cares about the employees. This is the work environment, okay? And so he had to do what he had to do. But what's happening is the numbers are steady dwindling. So he's trying to revamp, but what he ultimately knows is Andy Cohen, in my opinion, is at his last days at Bravo because his claim to fame was the housewives. Well, they're no longer popular anymore. Okay, so now today he announced that he's stepping down for Watch What Happens Live, and they're replacing him with Leah Remini. Now, I told you guys, I said all of those lawsuits that are going on with Andy Cohen, not Remini, I'm sorry, Leah McSweeney from The Real Housewives of New York, who's boring. She's boring. They're going to replace Andy Cohen with Leah. Let me talk about these lawsuits that's really, really bad for Andy Cohen. These are frivolous lawsuits, if you ask me, okay? Andy Cohen's racist. He's not more racist than anybody else on that network because what people don't understand is that money supersedes racism, okay? Like, you got to have money to bring it in. So McSweeney saying that he inappropriately touched her, Brandy. These are all just frivolous lawsuits coming from the network nut jobs. No offense, Leah, you're a nut job, okay? But they're going to take that and use that against Andy Cohen, because this is how business works. When it's your time to go, it's your time to go. And so Andy Cohen was great while it lasted, but nothing lasts forever. But he's smart about it. So he's going to try to revamp maybe one more year. They cleaned house yesterday. They got rid of Robin. Was a great idea. I love you, Robin, but we're just wasting money on you. If you're not going to talk about Juan's cheating, we're wasting money. They got rid of Robin. Who else, Perry?
NECA.
NECA. Yeah, that was a waste of time.
Yeah.
They got rid of Crystal McSweeney. No, Crystal Minkoff. I'm sorry, I haven't been over here in a while doing reality TV. Crystal, and they're cleaning house. And it's a last-ditch effort to first bring the cost down. I don't want to waste money. Eventually, at some point, Kyle is going to have to go. It is what it is. Okay, especially now that no one cared about our divorce. Those ratings at on Beverly Hills, they're okay, but they're going to start sinking too. To this season, Potomac was a huge disappointment. I'm talking number-wise. It's just over. And those of you that watch it, that's okay. Keep watching it, but know that these are their final years. I give Andy Cohen 6 months. 6 months. Because if Atlanta doesn't work out for him, and you're never going to bring in the numbers like you did. 6 million views a week, that's impossible these days. That's how popular the Real Housewives of Atlanta was. So it's time to cut costs and then revamp. Reality TV isn't what it used to be. It's crowded. It's scripted. We know what's going to happen. It's the worst. Perry, did I say anything about that you wanted to add to?
I just want to say this, Sharrell, because every moment in life could be a learning experience. And the things you just said gave me, Carlos, an idea. And everybody loves me. And I'm thinking about people, you're going to be the first exclusive. We are Carlos. I'm a one-man show. And, because I overlooked the rest of them, the peons, but I'm thinking right now that I should go on tour, a play.
You are messy.
I'm going to set a play up, and it's going to be for fired housewives. So, because my play, I'm just starting, it's going to be low budget, and I need people who have filmed already. Sharrell, and I need Robin, I need Kyle, I need Crystal, because, when times are rough, when I'm going from city to city, if I can't fill the seats, they can stand on the corner. Sharrell, one thing we said earlier, too, like nothing lasts forever. That's why Carlos Springs feel great. I feel marvelous, because at first you feel like everybody's against me, just Carlos, one team show, but now I see everything's failing. Like reality shows, as you mentioned, it's never the same. No, Little Raindrops. It's not the same. Remember Hell's Kitchen? Everybody used to love to watch a person cook and shit. And Hoarders.
Let me ask you a question.
People used to love Hoarders because they was amazed of how much shit people can have in their house. But now times have changed. Maybe it's the economy and things, my show's failing week to week and things like that. And people have a change of heart. But maybe I'm thinking this, right? That now when people watch the movie, the show Hoarders, they're thinking instead of, I'm amazed of all the shit you got in here. Now they're simply saying, clean that shit up.
Okay. Let me say something really quick, Carlos, with the you. Hi, Paula. Paula says, Carlos said his shows were very popular, and that's why he's taking it on the road.
Yes. My shows are for the everyday people, not the TV watchers. No. No raindrops, no.
No, hey, Nelson. He said Perry's giving me live. Auntie Sharrell, that hair, oh my God, came in late. Hey, Nelson, it's good to see you again. What's Andy taking what Andy's taking a step back, he's taking a step back because he's starting the pivoting process. So let's talk about Carlos King, your cousin, okay? Carlos King, not Springs. I'm talking about Carlos King. Okay?
It's a difference, folks. I'm Carlos Springs, the blogger, okay? Not Carlos King, the producer. Thank you.
All right. Oh, y'all are, Perry's too much. He's too much for me. All right, let's talk about Carlos for a minute. Now, Carlos King used to work for Bravo, right? And according to the rumors, he was fired. He goes back and says, I was never fired, but don't make me bring up all the articles saying that you were fired. Don't make me do it, Carlos. Don't make me do it, because I'll do it. And he had public support in the beginning when he no longer worked at Bravo, and when he people were really pulling for him when he had his own show, Love and Marriage Huntsvill. But then that wasn't good enough. And let me tell you why, in my opinion, this is my opinion of why Carlos King will never be successful, a successful producer. At best, I would say maybe a successful blogger. When everyone was pulling for him in the beginning, and he had Love and Marriage Huntsville, which was a huge, unexpected hit. Okay, people loved it. Instead of giving that show love and nurturing it, he thought, oh, I can get bigger and more and more. Ooh, I can get more and more and more, right? So he started putting his attention into other things. He did Love and Marriage DC, which is, that show, you should have went to prison for doing that show. Love and Marriage DC, all these other shows he started investing in. And but the problem, in my opinion, was OWN Network was never going to pay you what Bravo was paying you. And that's just not with you. That's with anyone. Bravo, if you were in reality TV, was the place to be, because they were making people millionaires, okay? They were paying the money. And I can't say that I blame them. I would get up there and act a fool too, like making millions a month, a year, or no, not even a year, a season. It was making people money. And so when you leave that, you have to know, I'm never going to make that type of money again. And I feel that, because I don't know personally why Carlos is on the downward spiral. All I know is his shows keep getting canceled. What was the latest one? Bad and Bougie. Was it called Bad and Bougie, or is that a song?
Mm-hmm. Now it's Gone and Bougie. Well, I'm just saying, like, you asked the question, well, why could a person be going down, when then you, in the same sentence, you says, because he have one show fail after the next. That's why. And it's not simply a producer's fault, because if he's trying to produce something that the world don't want to see, it's going to fail.
No, I said, I believe his downfall was when he started not concentrating on his shows and going after Bravo. And it felt like he was going after Bravo with a vendetta. It seemed like he wanted to tell Andy Cohen, I told you so. I don't understand. He stopped paying attention to his shows and only focused in on Bravo. And it was obvious. People would be like, why are you always talking about Bravo? Why aren't you building up Melody? Who is your star? She's your star, whether you like it or not, or whether you're tired of it or not. That's your star. Martell, you shouldn't take that personal. He wasn't married to you. This is how you make your money. They should have all felt comfortable and like they were his number one priority, and he did not. Another thing where Carlos King went wrong is these millimeters. They really were horrible people. Millimeters were supposed to be Melody's fans, right? And they supported everything that she did. There's a difference between support and destruction. They got it to the point where they start going after bloggers. If you said anything bad about Mel and didn't think like they thought, they got personal. They started doxing people, getting into people's background, making videos about people that said everything bad about Mel, and they basically ran her out of business. Because if you don't have the blogs, Think about it, people. If you don't have the blogs, you don't have the viewers. Like, what were you dumb idiots thinking? The millimeters are the worst. They're not thinking this is her job. And in order for her to work, she needs to be friendly with the blogs. It got to the point that even Funky Dineva, he was the first one to jump ship, said, I'm not interested in that show anymore. It got personal. When you start doxing people, going to people's residence, going to people's businesses, looking in the windows, it turned really psycho. And Carlos was well aware of what was going on, but he was so concentrated on himself. Bravo would have stepped in. You know, they say if we catch you talking to any bloggers, you're done. Didn't mean that it stops. It made it where this wasn't a storyline. So they started getting their own bloggers that they work with, especially Mel, and then slipping everybody what I want you to say. And it just turned into a circus act, which should have been controlled by the producer. It's a circus show. It's a shit show. It's a circus act. It was disgusting. Digging into people's personal backgrounds because you don't support Melody is sick. So they got a group of women who have trouble with men, and they bonded together, and they felt like Mel's our leader and all men are trash. That pushes away the male audience. Like, what's wrong with y'all? Y'all are stupid. And I kept saying, so when I did a video, I can't remember what it was, about something. And then I said, well, Martell should be allowed to be a father if he wants to be a father. They started making videos about me, pushing away the blogs. But that's Carlos' fault. When you found out that people from your show were working with other bloggers and passing back and forth text messages, you should have warned them like Bravo does, like, you are not to be talking to any blogs that's not approved. It was a free-for-all over there. While Carlos King steady worked on his plan, and I feel like a plan of revenge on Andy Cohen, who's not thinking about you. He got his own problems. And it really just pushed away the audience. And those Melaneaters became a cult and a group of psychos that felt that they were helping their leader, but this is her damn job. So y'all start driving people away. None of the big blogs would touch you. So now the rumor is it Marcel or Martell? One of them is trying to pay Funky Dineva to come over there, and get, y'all pushed us away. Funky Dineva will take that money, do what you ask him to do, and then he's out. No blogger is going to do that show when I'm fearful that you're going to give out my personal address. It's sick. It's sick. Go ahead, Carlos. Yeah, no, what do you think was the downfall of you?
Only I, Carlos, can speak for my cousin, and I would say this, and to all my raindrips and raindrops, because I have some older and a little bigger, so I'm gonna have raindrips and raindrops. And I will simply say this, that in defense, I think my cousin is more suitable to be the thing he feared the most, which is a blogger. Because I think if you can't control the cash from a small city called Huntsville and things like that, or bougie, and maybe he's better off solo. My cousin always been a one-team man, even though he said he loved all the women. He loved all the girls. You liar! Right? But I'm just saying.
No. Let me ask you in your regular voice, Perry. Why did Love and Marriage Huntsville alienate their audience like that? Why would they do that?
Well, I think this, right? I think people go through personal drama in their life, right? Mm-hmm. I think, just my personal opinion, that a lot of women take a storyline of male being mistreated. Mm-hmm. It happens on every block, every corner, Yeah. And not justifying it, just saying it happens.
Yeah.
But they took it and went to the other level with it. They took their anger, their hurt, added on to this, thinking that they're actually helping her, but they're alienating her, even though they're supporting her. You got Carlos over here wanting all the attention. So if if they're giving her all the attention, what they leave him with? Little raindrops. And that's not good, okay, Sharrell? So that's how I think when they get most of the jobs.
Did you just say you feel that Carlos King is jealous of Melody?
Oh, no. Seriously, this is my opinion, right? I don't have no fact. No,
You're serious?
It's my judgment. I feel like this, right? That some people, well, I'm looking at all the reality shows. All of them got to have a queen. Okay, I feel like Carlos
a star.
He wanted to be the queen of the show, but just behind the camera, right? When certain people just want to have all the credit, like he want people to go out there and do this and say, "I've made this lady famous. I did this," but he truly want all the fame for himself. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I think.
Freddie. Hey, Freddie. Should I drop the link for Freddie? Let me see if you want to come down. Well, what time is it? Listen, Freddie says Martell is looking for the next mug to date him. I mean, it's sad. So reality TV as a whole, I feel like Carlos King needed money, so he had to become a blogger, the thing that he trying to downplay. And I don't get it. So let's say you need extra money because OWN isn't paying what Bravo was. Right. Why come in here and start attacking all the bloggers and acting like blogger? I'm not a blogger. Them people are beneath me. Why act like that?
Well, because I think sometimes, like when people are in that mode, they don't see it. You know, because if you was to look in a dictionary and just, you know, encyclopedia, whatever the hell you want to look at, and see blogger and producer, 9 times out of 10, a person gonna think the producer is the most famous, the more rich person out of it, right? And I think he came in because, like, I think he went to OWN because he got dismissed from Bravo. Let's keep it real, right? I mean,
he lied.
We all lost jobs before. I'm not, you know, trashing him. I'm just simply saying, you lose a job, you can say you was fired, you quit, whatever. He went to OWN, tried to do some stuff, and he couldn't recreate that. Like Love and Marriage,
the friends got it.
It did good for a while, but it's hard to sustain that.
Yeah.
Right? Now, the blogging thing, he figured, well, it's a way to put out his own narrative and a way to get back at Bravo. Because say for the last 2 years, he's been Bravoing it out.
If that was true, why did he offend the bloggers and act like we weren't worth the dirt under his fingernails?
Because Sharrell, that's simply how he felt. He felt like he was his peasants. You know how the king come out and you get the little gardeners and the guy with the little flag and people dropping flowers so you don't have to step on dirt.
Is that why he went around town? Who takes a picture of themselves with a crown on their head? Boy, you this is arrogant, this is egotistical, and that's why you're headed nowhere really quickly. You're talking about you're the king of all this and that. Didn't your show Bad and Bougie just get canceled?
Yeah, he was the king.
Didn't it just get canceled? Well, you're a blogger. Go ahead.
Right. No, and you know, I'm just saying this, that a person that would put the crown on and feel that way, Sharrell, people have these moments, but they feel like they're on the top of the world until it starts to sink like the boat behind me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to tell you where I think he made his mistake. Left Bravo, went to OWN. He was so hell-bent on bringing Andy down, and he didn't want to be on the ship behind me alone. So now Andy done lost part of one of his little shows, right?
Yeah.
But that's why he did it and overlooks. Sometimes a person can become their own demise. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And sort of like that. But he could be a blogger and be fine. But sometimes, you know, first you got to, you know, what do they say? First step to recovery is admitting it. Just come out and just say, I mean, really, I would not have my cape on now if you just came out and said you was a blogger.
So now his show, Love in Huntsville, is a mess. You've got the Melanators, they're a group of nut jobs, doxing people, getting the people's personal information. And you got Martell saying he don't F with Carlos, unfollowing him on social media, basically calling him a clown, saying that the show is scripted. But now all of a sudden they realize that Carlos is not going to help them. So they want Funky Dineva to come down to Huntsville and maybe get him back on board, because we see like Funky Dineva is a huge supporter. If you don't have him, I mean, look at Fox Soul. I mean, no offense to Armand Wiggins, but he took half of over 70%, maybe 80% of their audience. Do you think this is going to work, that that the cast members are doing the job of a producer and trying to save the show? Will Funky Dineva save Love and Marriage Huntsville?
My mind's telling me no. Sharrell, look,
go ahead.
Funky is great, right? But I'm saying that as much as we like to save lives and save things, when the ship is half sunken, it's too late. They better get a lifeboat. I think it's gone. Nothing can save that. And then the people he's meeting up with, I mean, shit. It wasn't Martell. It's not Mel. It's some of the other B casters off that show. Just simply saying. And I don't know. I don't watch the show, but if I can think that guy that's hosting it got more problems than a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, you got him. I don't know. I'm sure if he beating wives or an asshole to his wife, something. I don't know the guy, but I don't think it's gonna work. Make sure they don't have it next to Home Depot with that girl going another robbing spree. Just say it.
Listen. So I feel that Melody Holt is a great businesswoman. She knew that this was going down, that she was on a sinking ship last season. I felt like she was trying to pivot, and that's why she tried to hook up with the other blogger, and that just didn't work out. But she was doing that because it's time to pivot. You guys have to realize this is possibly, most likely, our last season, and I shouldn't put all my eggs in one basket anyway. Go get y'all some channels. And try to make them successful, because this, in all honesty, is probably the last season of Love and Marriage Huntsville. And it was supposed to be over this season, but they gave Carlos some grant to do something. I can't remember, but it was money based on why he kept the show going. It's a wrap. And not on top of all that, it's boring. It's not good to watch anymore. It just sucks. The storyline has ran its course. Yeah, we know he cheated on you. How many times do we have to talk about it? Okay, you sound like the Millimeters that broke up their relationship. They just want to talk about it for years later. At some point, when a marriage is over, you must do what? Move on.
Yep.
Let's stop talking about the pain like it's over. Okay, yeah, he did all of that. Let's move on. Now, I'm going to ask you a question, Carlos, since you love Andy Cohen so much. You're Andy Cohen. You're getting signals from the network that they're telling you to improve your numbers, or you know what's going to happen. So you're Andy Cohen. What do you do next? Because this is.
Well, I think you start to try to recast some things. Try to patch up the holes on the sinking boat. But at the same token, you start to realize, hey, you know what? He's been there for years. Sometimes things can't really be repaired. Things have changed. Andy know housewives ain't what they used to be. At this point, he started to pivot behind closed doors to something different. And, Carlos did it. He pivoted to OWN, whatever. Now he's pivoted to YouTube, right? You see what I'm saying? But smart move, just don't deny it.
Yeah.
Because on one hand, you asked me a question about Andy, right? I'm just saying, I think Andy his time could be coming. And after a while, have accepted it and probably setting up other things.
Yeah.
For him to make money with. You know what I'm saying?
Because I think too, well, no need to talk about that, but it's time to pivot. It's time to realize, okay, reality TV isn't going to last forever. Just because that's how life is. Like, it was the rage for so long. I remember when one of my first reality TV shows was The Osbournes. That was so long ago. Like they were kids and everyone took the formula, and it's just, I can't be shocked by or mesmerized by any reality TV storyline anymore. You are the biggest Black blogger on here. The people want to know, are you paid by Diddy to drag Tyrone? I'm only relaying the message. Don't cuss me out. I am not going to cuss you out, first of all. Second of all, no, listen, Diddy's going down. And people act like I never said that. Especially now, this afternoon, we're doing another Diddy story about the Justin Bieber situation. Diddy's going down. But I'm saying if, what's his name? Little Rod wants to win his lawsuit, he has to get a different attorney, because this attorney has pissed off the judges with the S. They're calling him incompetent, and I'm going to read all of that this afternoon. It's just, he's just not going to win with Tyrone. And Tyrone has a track record of not really making things a mess. So I'm not a fan of Tyrone's. I do believe Diddy's guilty, and I don't think they're going to get him with this lawsuit. I think that the feds have to get him. What are your thoughts on that, Perry?
No, just say this. I mean, just to address that, for people, we know people get emotional. Like we was talking about the millimeters. They can have reasons to follow in that cycle. Nobody had never said P. Diddy was innocent of these things. We were just saying, and my wife have always said, P. Diddy, it's funny how when people come up missing, Diddy had some ties to it somewhere. But we can't prove it. And our only thing was to say about Tyrone, it could be two wrong people on both sides of it. Now, it's amazing how Tyrone and all these people talking now every day, 5 or 6 times a day, but couldn't open their mouth once a few years ago. Just simply saying with that.
I mean, the Diddy thing is really turning into a mess. We'll talk about it this afternoon. It's really, really bad. And so I think they blew it. I think that the feds have to step in, and they're not. So doesn't mean they're not working. The feds aren't going to tell you what they do step by step, just period. So everybody saying the feds said this, no, we don't know what they're doing. We don't even know to this point why they went in the house. What were the things that made it a judge sign off? It's a lot going on. So that Diddy case is far from over. We're going to be talking about Diddy for a long time. Anyway, let's anything you want to add? Because it's a wrap for reality TV. And I'm not just dragging on you, Carlos. I'm telling you, for Andy Cohen too, reality TV is over. It's never going to carry the weight that it once did.
I'll say this too. When they went in Diddy's mansion, I really truly hope that they did Carlos a favor. And if any on one of those cameras, if they got any footage of me sabotaging Andy Cohen, please, please, please don't show it to the public.
I don't understand Carlos King. I really don't. Like, you had a great opportunity. I would have just said, what is the girl I like? Dr. Heavenly. I would have said, I got a YouTube channel. It helps me make money. I'm proud of my YouTube channel, and I'm a blogger now. I just would have said it. Yes. But just like the millimeters that are pissing off bloggers, you're pissing off other bloggers by going around acting like you're better than them, and you are not, Mr. King. You are not. You are a blogger. He cussed Simone out. A blogger. I'm not a blogger. Yes, you are, and you're a shitty one at that, because you keep lying to your people, telling him how everything is going great and going your way, and that's not true.
Yes. Before I accept being a blogger, a bottom feeder, I mean, I know I'm going for a producer, but I would really like in my lifetime to become part of the cast. I would love to be a housewife.
Even now that it's not popular, listen, the housewives are over. I think Andy Cohen is a better businessman than Carlos King. I think he knows. I think he's not heard about it. He understands when they start pressuring him to cut the budget and he start firing people, he had to do that. People took it seriously. You guys have to remember, this is a business. Reality TV is a business. Did he truly hate Nene? only when she went after him back and threatened to sue and all that. But at first, he was just doing his job. So it's a mess. It's over. Let's enjoy these last seasons. I don't know what they're going to do with Potomac. I love the cast at Potomac. Karen Huger, I love you.
Just stay
the
off
show
the
was a
booze.
mess this
Stay
season.
off
And
the
I don't
booze.
even know if they can fix it.
Yeah.
I, I don't think they can fix Potomac. Potomac has ran its course. You're getting rid of Robin. You're getting rid of Candace. Oh, so someone told you to correct me. So yesterday I said that Candace was fired. And one of my subscribers sent Perry a voice message and said, no, she wasn't fired. She not even quit. She didn't return because she was interested in having a baby. And now we all know that she's pregnant. I'm so happy for Candace.
Yeah, that's
Dillard.
good. That's good.
It's so good. It brought tears to my eyes because I know where she's been when you want to be a mother more than anything. And, that's a difficult ride to ride. And even going through IVF and all of that. So congratulations to Candace Dillard and Perry's buddy, Chris Bassett.
Right. And I'll say this, and I'm proud of him too, because I go to my feeds and stuff. He's on, well, he pops up often now with different meals and stuff. So, baby coming, time to be a daddy, got to take my ass to work.
And let me say this. To the cast members, me and Perry love to drag. We got to make it entertaining. And Perry's just funny. But it really wasn't anything personal to anybody except you know who. Okay. And even to you, it was not personal. Let's see what the audience is saying. Congrats to her for being a new. Yes, I'm so happy for Candace Dillard. Very, very happy. Chop. Listen, all of them need to go because let me tell you what I think about Roa. They saved the show by bringing back Portia, but reality TV as a whole, I mean, she might give them a better season. I don't think she'll give them a 6 million views season. She might do a mill. I just don't see it being a big hit like that. Build the show around Candace, Mia, Wendy, and Karen. They're gonna have to do something. I don't know.
Karen said that'd be great if they meet up at the bar.
Thank you, Brian, for the super chat. So happy for Candace. They did her dirty. They did. Listen, I don't. Should I say this? Candace said at the beginning of the season that she felt pushed out. Do you guys remember when she said that? And it could have been very much true. I'll say that. You ain't lying, CW. For real. I think Housewives ran its course. And that's people who love it. We say it's the best. It's just done. Go ahead, Perry.
That's my point with it, right? Like, if you've been riding a car, you can love your car, but when you get 300,000 miles on it, this don't ran its damn course. And you should know it when your back seat don't fail out the back of the car. You get clues, right? I'm just saying this. Andy, anybody that's doing these reality shows have realized they don't try to change the castmate. It's not changing all that shit. It's the storylines have ran dry. Yeah. At first, people was curious about, let me see what a rich person live like. Now we don't give a damn. You see what I'm saying? Like, at this point, you realize that these people, they might have more money, more material things, but they lie more than the people that's standing in front of 7-Eleven.
You know what? I will say this. Andy Cohen, it's time to pivot. And I think he can pivot in a good way. I think Andy Cohen needs to go in the direction of that show I was watching on the app. I think it's called Traders. That's what Andy Cohen needs to do. You need to do the game shows, do the Real Worlds, do Big Brother. That's what Andy Cohen should. That's how you should pivot, Andy Cohen. Take your reality TV in a different direction because Traders, I couldn't stop watching it. It was the best show. Andy Cohen needs to come up with some reality TV like that. Everybody lives in a house and then we vote people off one by one because Traders was great. And he did do is Andy Cohen the producer of Traders? Because I know he did the reunion.
I have no idea. I don't know. It was a great show, though.
It was a great show. It was a great show. All right, you guys, we will be back in 4 hours where we're going to talk about Diddy. All right, you guys. Thank you for listening. Mr. Springs, please take us out.
I would just like to say thank you, everybody, to all my raindrips, raindrops, and thunderstorms, people. Because guess what? We're fucking back, people.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Fuck this shit. We're out, people. Bye.